Hi, welcome to my video on graphing by mapping rule part 2. That's the mapping rule for the absolute value. The previous video we changed the mapping rule to equation to mapping rule, etc. So let's do some examples. Graph each by the mapping rule. So notice this is an absolute value, y equals negative absolute value of x minus 2 plus 3. So the mapping rule is we got an x minus 2, so that's an x plus 2. And we got a negative on the y plus 3, so negative y plus 3. So this is the equation of the y equals the absolute value of x. So that's 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. Absolute value is 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. We broke this table of values down over and over. So we're going to graph this basic equation. So 2, 2, 1, 1, 0, 0, negative 1, 1, negative 2, 2. So we'll draw, this is the equation of the basic equation of the absolute value function. So now we're going to use the mapping rule to graph this. So we're going to take x plus 2. So take 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. Let's do the x's first. Put 1 in. 1 plus 2 is 3. Put a 0 in. 0 plus 2 is 2. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Notice this is coming down in order. Now we're going to put the 2 for the y in. We're going to put all these values here into, but I only had to put these 3 in, then these 2 are the same, these 2 are the same. So I put 2 in. The negative of 2 is negative 2 plus 3 is 1. So that means that's a 1. Let's put a 1 in. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. So that's a 2. Put a 0 in. 0 plus 3 is 3. So let's put the other function in with a red pen. So x is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Y is 1. Okay. X is 2. X is 3. Y is 2. X is 3. Y is 2. X is 2, y is 3. X is 2, y is 3. X is 1, y is 2. X is 0, y is 1. X is 0, y is 1. And we plot this. And we plot this side. Notice that it's an absolute value function. Notice that in the basic, this is a positive slope because it's up to the right. So this side is a negative slope, is up to the left. So notice that this is negative, so it's reflected. So it's turned over. And the vertex, notice the vertex is, if this is the vertex here in the basic, so now the vertex is 2, 3. Again, check. When you put a 2 in this equation, 2 gives you 0, so y is 3. And the domain is x belongs to the reals. And the range, notice the y values are coming down. The highest y value is 3 and they're coming down. So y is less than or equal to 3. Okay, we're graphing it by the mapping rule. Okay, let's try another one. Y equals 2 times the absolute value of x plus 1. And the mapping rule, we have an x, this is the basic, again, this is the table of values. This is y equals the absolute value of x. So we have an x plus 1, so that's an x minus 1, and 2 times y, 2y. So the basic equation, or the parent equation, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. Absolute value of these numbers, we're putting them in here, is 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. So now we're going to take this table of values belonging to the basic equation and sub them into this mapping rule, and we come up with this new table. Put a 2 in, 2 minus 1 is 1. Put a 1 in, you get a 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Put a 0 in, you get a negative 1. Put a negative 1 in, negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. Notice 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. And I can say that's a 3. Now we're going to put 2, all these values, in the place of 2y. So 2 goes in the place of y. 2 times 2 is 4. So that's a 4. Put a 1 in. 2 times 1 is 2. Put a 1 in, we get a 2. Put a 0 in. 2 times 0 is 0. So what we'll do, we'll graph the basic one first. So 2 gives me a 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. Negative 1, 1. Negative 2, 2. And this is the graph of the basic function. The vertex is 0, 0. So we practiced this in the other videos. Now we have a vertex. I'm going to take that just for a second because the red went on through just take that little bit of white, blot that out, pretend this. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to plot this one, 1, 4. X is 1, 4, right here. And 0, 2, X is 0, 2. Negative 1, 0. Negative 2, 2. And negative 3, 4. And we'll draw this. There it is. So we plot it by, again, notice there's no reflection. It's going upward. The vertex is right here. So the vertex of the basic is 0, 0. So this one is negative 1, 0. Again, when you put a negative 1 in the place of x, you get a 0. 2 times 0 is 0. So y is 0. Domain is always x, belongs to the reals, always for an absolute value. Again, notice this is a linear on the inside. Degree is 1, so it's a linear. And the range starts at, the vertex starts at 0. The y value is 0, so y, and it's going up greater than or equal to 0. Notice it's going up because it's positive going up. So notice it went 1 left, x minus 1. You're taking 1 off and the slope, right here the slope of this one is 1. So you're up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. But the slope of this one is 2. You're going up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. Okay. And we have enough practice this time. We're going to do a bit of practice. Practice means pause the video and see if you can work out again. Y equals the absolute value, negative 3 times the absolute value of x minus 1 minus 2. So this is the basic table. And the basic table is 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. Absolute value of these numbers, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. Now the mapping rule, x minus 1, so that's an x plus 1. Negative 3y minus 2. Negative 3y minus 2. So you change the inside to whatever it is, but this goes negative 3y, negative 3 times y, minus 2. Now I'm going to plot with red. Put a 2 in. 2 plus 1 is 3. Put a 1 in. 1 plus 1 is 2. Put a 0 in. 0 plus 1 is 1. 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1. Now we're going to put these numbers in the y value. Sub it in. 2. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 8. Plus 2 is, that's negative 6, negative 8. Okay. And a 2. That's a 2, 2, so both negative 8. Put a 1 in. We get negative 2, negative, put a 1 in. I get negative 3 times 1 is negative 3 plus 2 is negative 5, negative 5. Because that's a 1 and that's a 1, these are the same. Put a 0 in. Negative 3 times 0 is 0, minus 2. So, again, the basic table of values is just so used to doing it now. I plotted all those values, and there they are. There's the basic graph. Y equals the absolute value of x. There it is. After doing this many, many times. So, again, my red on my pencil went on through, so I want to take, just for a second, I'm going to take these little red dots away so you won't get confused, and graph the other table of values with my red pen. So here I go. 3 gives me a negative 8. 3, negative 8. X is 3, negative 8. Way down here. Okay. 2, negative 5. 2, negative 5. Right here. 1, negative 2. 1, negative 2. 0, negative 5. 0, negative 5. And negative 1, negative 8. Negative 1, negative 8. Okay. And this is the graph of the equation using the, notice we're using the mapping rule. And there's the vertex 0, 0 in your basic equation, so the vertex here is 1, negative 2. Check the equation. If you put a 1 for x in here, if you put a 1 here, you get 0. Absolute value of 0 is 0. Negative 3 times 0 is 0. So y is negative 2. So when x is 1, y is negative 2 vertex. Domain, x belongs to the reals. The range, this is going down because it's negative, and it's going down from the y vertex, y coordinate of the vertex, 2. So it's less than or equal to negative 2. And notice it's going down. The vertex is, again, 1, negative 2, 1, negative 2. And notice the slope is a negative 3 over 1. So that means we're going 1, 2, 3, right 1. So that's the negative slope. This is the positive slope. Down 3. So notice this is negative slope. This is the positive slope. Up to the right. So we go down 3 to the right, down 3 to the left. You have, because remember, in an absolute value, up on the right side of the vertex, you got a plus, the left side is a minus. If the right side of the vertex is a minus slope, then the left side got a negative slope. Or if the left side is negative, then the right side is positive. Don't want to get confused, got to be careful. But if it's going up, there's two sides from the vertex. One is plus, one is minus. You're going down, again, you got a plus and a minus. Okay. And the last one to do, y equals half absolute value of x plus 1. Again, y equals the absolute value of x is the basic. So that's 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. The absolute value of these numbers is 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. And the graph x is 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. 2, 2, 1, 1, 0, 0, negative 1, 1, negative 2, 2. So I made a little error in plotting the first point, so I wasn't watching what I was doing, so I'll just take that away. Watch. Okay, there it is. Pretend this. Okay. Again, that's a 3, so that's 2, 2. So we'll draw that basic graph. Basic graph is V shape. Vertex is 0, 0, and its slope is 1. So there's the vertex 0, 0, so the slope is 1 plus 1. So up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And the other side is up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1. This is the positive slope, this is the negative slope. Now, let's plot this equation. So we have an absolute value of x, so there's no change, there's no number in there. So we got a half y plus 1. So here we go. There's no change in the x, so it's 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. But we got a half y plus 1. A half, 2, half times 2 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. Put a 1 in. Half times 1 is a half, plus 1 is 1 and a half. Put 0 in. 2 times 0 is 0. Sorry, a half times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Put a 1 in. Again, 2 here, so we got 2 gives me a 2, 2 gives me a 2. 1 gave me 1 and a half, so the 1 gives me 1 and 1/2. So let's plot these before, well, I can do the vertex. The vertex is 0, 0 on the basic, so the vertex here is 0, 1. The domain is x belongs to the real numbers, always for the absolute value. Again, this is a linear, degree 1. And the range, it's going up, and it's going up from the 1. So y is greater than or equal to 1. Notice it's plus, because this plus is going up, and it's going up from the y value of 1. So let's plot the point. 2, 2 gives me a 2. Okay. A 1 gives me 1 and a half, so 1 gives me 1 and a half. 0 gives me a 1. Negative 1 gives me 1 and a half. Negative 1 gives me 1 and a half. And a negative 2 gives me a 2. Negative 2 gives me a 2. So we'll plot this. Here's the equation. Here's the graph of that equation. That's one side. And this is the other side. And notice that this is plus, so it's going up. The vertex is, when x is 0, y is 1. So the vertex is 0, 1. And the slope is a half. So the slope is half. Up 1, right 2. Perfect. So if you go up 1, you go right 2. If you go up 1, you go left 2. Or you could go up a half and right 1. But if you say the slope is 2, then we call that 2 over 1. So you go, but if the slope is 1/2, then you go up. Here, the slope is 2, you go 2 over 1. You go up 2, right 1. But the slope is 1/2, so you go up 1, right 2. And you pick up that point, up 1, left 2. So that's graphing by using a table of values. And that brings us to the end of this video. And if you like my video, click the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, the content. That's the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Make this line up. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.